Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome to today's Reiki Ascension transmission. Please recite the tones loud and quietly and observe subtle change in light and energy. Let's begin. Ifata, 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 kodawish, 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 adunai, tesbaya, YHWH Daikumio. Thank YHWH Daikumio, Hon Sha Se Shu Nen Seheki Chokure Daikumio for my body world. Compassion YHWH Daikumio. Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Inna Etainaka Alklutha Posinli Larabika One Heart Inna Shaniaka Ho Alalabtu. Thank on Monday paid me hung for my body world. Compassion. Thank on Monday paid me hung for my body world. Compassion. Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Inna Etainaka Al-Klutha Posinli Larabika One Heart Inna Shaniaka O Alalabtu. Ifata, 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 kodawish, 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 adunai, tisbaya, YHWH Daikumio, thank YHWH Daikumio, Hon Sha Se, Shu Nen Seheki Chokure, Daikumio, for my body world, compassion, YHWH Daikumio, thank Utai for me, La for my body world. Compassion. Thank Utai for me, La for my body world. Compassion. Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Kol Hua Allah Hua Had Allah Hua Samid La Mi Yalid Walim Yalid Walim Yakun Lahu Kufu One Ahad. Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Inna Etainaka Al-Klutha Posinli Larabika One Heart Inna Shaniaka Ho Alalabtu. Thank Utai for me, La for my body world. Compassion. Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Inna Etainaka Al-Klutha Posinli Larabika One Heart Inna Shaniaka Ho Alalabtu. Thank Utai for me, La for my body world. Compassion. Thank Utai for me, La for my body world. Compassion. Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Kol Hua Allah Hua Had Allah Hua Samid Lam Yalid Walim Yalid Walim Yakun Lahu Kufu One Ahad. Thank Utai for me, La for my body world. Compassion. Thank Utai for me, La for my body world. Compassion. Fat, 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 fat. Ifata, 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 ifata. Kodawish, 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 adunai, tesbaya, YHWH Daikumio. Thank YHWH Daikumio. Hon Sha Se Shu Nen Seheki Chokure Daikumio for my body world. Compassion YHWH Daikumio. Thank Utai for me, La for my body world. Compassion. Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Inna Etainaka Al-Klutha Posinli Larabika One Heart Inna Shaniaka Ho Alalabtu. Thank Utai for me, La for my body world. Compassion. Fat, 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 fat. Ifata, 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 ifata. Kodawish, 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 adunai. Tesbayat, YHWH Daikumio. Thank YHWH Daikumio. Hon Sha Se Shu Nen Sehegi Chokure Daikumio for my body world. Compassion YHWH Daikumio. Thank Utai for me, La for for my body world. Compassion,